So what I have here is a quick and easy Etch-a-Sketch clone using a Nokia 5110 3110 display and an ATmega 328p. I've got two potentiometers hooked up for directional control to the ADC. I've got a button hooked up to port D that I use to clear the screen. So what you do, just turn the knob, and you can see you draw much like you would on a classic toy. Now, I can't pick up my breadboard and shake it, so I've got that to clear the screen. The code on this is pretty simple. Let's go up and take a look at it. So let's take a look at the EtchASketch code. To start off with, some pretty standard includes. We do have the LCD library included here. Next up, we go into some function prototypes for the ADC. First one just turns it on. The next two read the X and the Y knobs to get the X and the Y coordinates. When we go into the main program, we have a couple of variables to hold the X and the Y coordinates as they're read from the ADC. We're going to set port D as input. We're going to turn on bit 0 of port D so that we turn on the pull-up resistor. Let's turn the ADC on, start the LCD library. Here, I set the contrast on my screen to 65. That's about halfway. You may have to adjust this up or down depending on your screen. The next thing I do is clear the buffer so that we start with a clean screen. The main loop is pretty simple. As you can see, it's very short. We read the Y coordinate from the ADC, then we read the X coordinate from the ADC. You can see I have a note there saying that this isn't very accurate. Honestly, this project doesn't need very high accuracy, but I'll explain what that means when we look at the function itself. A quick note on the X coordinate. When I hooked the knob up to the microcontroller, I reversed the power and the ground wire. So instead of going in and fixing that, I just did a quick software fix. The next thing is a function of that LCD library. It takes the X and the Y coordinate and it draws a black pixel at those coordinates. The next step writes the buffer to the screen. Next, we check to see if the button's been pressed. If it has, we clear the buffer. So looking at the functions, pretty straightforward. All we're doing is turning on ADC 0. Next up, we have our ADC X and Y. So when I said they aren't very accurate, the screen has a width of 84 pixels, so 0 through 83, and a height of 48 pixels, so 0 through 47. The ADC returns a 10-bit number. So to get that number into a range that will fit on the screen, for the height, I divided by 21, and so that puts it in a range of 0 through 48, which I know exceeds the screen, but again, accuracy is not super important on this project. And then for the X coordinate, I divided by 12, which returns a range of 0 to 85. That's pretty well it.